This is part 2 of our Magic Kingdom visit. We're in front of Gaston.
Yep, Gaston's Pub, which is still part of the Fantasyland area of classic fairy tales.
And here's a gift shop.
Yep, so this is new. There was a gift shop here before, but now it carries actually like artworks or classical sculptures. It's actually very nice. These are collectible items that I usually like to look at.
You used to get stuff like this.
I do. I have a few already, but there's only so much you can collect over the years.
Yeah, like in your 20s you were getting stuff like that.
I really like these things. So I do have a number of, I guess maybe vintage you could call them now.
And your Tito Hill has some too, doesn't he?
Yep. So I wanted to see this. That was very cool too with the Tinkerbell. And they also have a lot of good prints. There was a commemorative 50 anniversaries and also always a number of different local artists or independent artists. And
these are pins.
Yep, those are pins.
Of the different parks.
But I find it always cool when there's like independent artists and they have their own take on how Disney looks, like for design of different characters. Like there's one artist I love so much and she creates Disney princesses or characters with such big dramatic eyes.
Yes.
And I don't know, she's also always one of my favorites. But here we have trendy Mickey and Minnie, and I don't know, just different styles, different compositions, different design of an artist's interpretation of a Disney character or scene. So this is a beautiful cell. It was, the temptation to buy more cells was high in this store, let me tell you. But I do have quite a number of collection of cells already that you've gifted me over the years when we were younger.
Have the cells in this store gone up in price?
I would say a little bit, but yeah, maybe a little bit. I don't know what the resale value would be for any cell. Maybe if they had limited edition numbers, they would be more worth it. I really like that scene, but again, we've kind of run out of wall space. We actually have ours in a nice stairwell alcove in our home. That's my own personal Disney art gallery. And I always love Alice in Wonderland prints. And so Mason actually found these cool shadow boxes. He was quite intrigued by them.
He liked the Mad Hatter one.
And he's very particular when it comes to spending his money. He doesn't just buy anything and everything. He would rather save something to buy a unique item. And he was actually quite taken by one of these shadow boxes. And I don't know, maybe there's an art collector in him that's just budding at this point. But here they have scenes from Pirates of the Caribbean, Beauty and the Beast, Snow White, Pinocchio. And again, they are at different price ranges depending on the intricacies or the artwork.
So now it's lunchtime.
We had reservations for Be Our Guest, which is the Beast Castle.
You're excited?
I was in so excitement. We came here the last trip that we had. We had lunch here too. You weren't with us.
No.
And last time we ordered from screens. We ordered individual meals at that point. But they just changed it to a fixed price menu at this point, so you get an appetizer, an entree,
so you
and
had
dessert.
To do the fixed price.
Yeah, so actually I didn't realize that was the case until the morning of.
Okay.
I knew, for example, that Cinderella's Palace or her Cinderella's Fairytale restaurant is a fixed price menu. I didn't realize they had reverted to this, but it's okay. I mean, you get an appetizer, entree, and a dessert.
Was that a famous chair that you guys were sitting on?
Because everyone, it's just the beast. It's just I feel like it's just the furniture that you would have in his palace.
Lots of people were taking pictures with that chair.
So you go in, you get.
This is the ballroom.
Registered, and there are 3 different rooms to this restaurant. This is the main ballroom where they dance their iconic Beauty and the Beast song. Over to the left would be the rose room or the Beast's chambers where the rose is wilting. And over to the right side is another huge area where it's the kitchen scene. But that's where we ate last time. So I didn't actually get to sit in the main ballroom as we are right now. And you can see over there, it's actually snowing outside. And the Beast comes and makes an appearance. And maybe that's why, with the fixed price menu, there's a bit more of a character showing.
Is it more expensive to eat in the ballroom because that's where you see the Beast as
No,
opposed
it's
to
all
the
the
other
same.
rooms?
It's all. I'm sure he visits them too.
Oh, he does.
I'm sure he visits.
So when you were there last time, he visited.
No, so there was no character last time. It
okay.
was just like a regular order this item or that item.
Okay.
So I think with any price fixed menu, you always get a character. So usually the character buffets, but it's pretty much a fixed price. kind of menu. So here we just are exploring to see how
The Beast Chamber.
the details and designs for these rooms are, and that's what I found intriguing. When I first came here, I went with a cousin's wife, and she's also a huge Disney fan, so we were just trying to go around the different parts of this restaurant. That said, this area here is the kitchen part, and they have a number of prints around their walls here that shows different iconic scenes from the movie itself. And it's cool because I feel like I don't recall seeing them this closely my first visit. But of course, then I had a toddler, right? I couldn't look around so much. But it was cool. Although I could only imagine, like, for the people who are in these two side rooms,
all these people
having other
coming
people to come in and gawk at the details of each room could be possibly annoying.
Yeah.
But it's cool because they have these carts over inside, and that's how they used to deliver the food that we ordered from computer screens before.
And so, just going back into the ballroom, getting ready for our actual meal to come. And here we are. It was cold. That's why Hayden's wearing...
Yeah. I guess coming from the outside where it's so warm to the inside where it's so freezing.
So they first brought out some bread, and then we had
the lobster bisque.
Yep.
And cheese and crackers here. Or I can't remember what he had. He also loved the bread, the complimentary bread there. Tristan had the Captain Nemo's oyster salad? Octopus salad.
I had the pork tenderloins.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I had the filet mignon with potatoes, and Hayden had his chicken tender.
And this is our dessert.
So they gave us a selection of 3 desserts that everybody kind of gets. Hayden got a cute one where there was a cup of chocolate, white chocolate, that he gets to paint.
And there's the gray stuff. It's delicious.
Don't believe me, ask the dishes.
And I think there's a little chocolate ball too. So Under the Sea is the Little Mermaid ride.
Oh, right.
And so this was our next lineup that we went to.
So I find, like, even if the lines say that it's about 50 minutes long, it really doesn't take that long. Or the fact that, again, each line is interactive and distracting and loopy enough that you don't really feel time going. But what I end up doing, I usually put an alarm. If it says an hour wait, I usually put an alarm for an hour later just to see how early we got in or not, how true to form that is. So here we're entering the cavern space of an underwater scene, it seems. And again, it's like one of those bucket rides again. You're riding a clamshell this time, and you go through the story of the Little Mermaid
with just the animatronics. So this was cool. It was like we were going into the water.
That's right.
Because I guess they turned us around. We were going backwards and downwards, and instead of animatronics, it was more cartoons.
Animation, yeah. So here we're in Ariel's grotto, where it's where she hides.
Oh, we do have some animatronics there.
Where she hides her beautiful treasures. Yep.
Sebastian. See, I know the names.
Very good. And this is the scene where it's the kiss the girl scene. No, Under the Sea first.
Under the Sea.
Under the Sea. Very colorful, very Caribbean-y, very lively. Again, The Little Mermaid was my favorite movie growing up. I feel like when I first saw it on TV, it was the most beautiful animation I've ever seen. And I grew up, watching Cinderella, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty over and over again. But when I first saw this movie, I felt like nothing compared to it in terms of the level of animation.
But nowadays,
I know it's dated. It's a little bit dated, a little bit surpassed.
Because this was what, 1993?
1992.
92.
Yep.
And so I just like all the colors, yeah.
Yep. Mason liked some of
very vibrant.
The sea creatures and fish were designed. They're very nice.
They're dancing.
Yep. Very loud, fun calypso band.
And is this the evil? Yeah, there she is.
See, this is the Ursula, the sea witch, as she's chanting out her spell.
So with these stories, there's always a villain.
Exactly. So even Hayden, when we were in the Small World ride earlier, his first question was, when is the bad part of the story coming? I'm like, what do you mean? The part where they have the bad person make the good person new. And this is the transformation of Ariel into a human
with feet,
and she had 3 days to get the prince to propose to her without her voice. That was her I guess her
setback.
Setback. She couldn't really talk to him. And Sebastian and Flounder and her other animal friends were trying to help her out, but the evil eels of Ursula foiled them. Here is the scene where they did get together. Ariel gets her voice back. The sea witch is defeated. Her father, King Triton, looks on happily. All the sea creatures are in celebration, and Ariel and Prince Eric live happily ever after on his seaside palace. And there's Scuttle.
So that was a good
fun.
one.
Yep.
So now we're entering like a circus area.
So this is, I think, for the much younger subset of kids who are going.
Do we know what land this is?
I think it's not part of Fantasyland, really,
Okay.
because it's Dumbo and things like that.
And so again, gift shops, more stickers.
I was looking for some, and again, this area is interesting because it's like just a bunch of tired parents who have been running outside after their kids.
Yes.
And this is sort of like a rest station for them. Mind you, strategically, then Disney puts a bunch of things that their kids would want to buy, snacks and other trinkets and toys.
These are the pins.
And pins are still a big collector's item at the parks. People will wear lanyards filled with different pins that they've collected over the years.
Cats.
And next,
This is still the circus, just outside. It's like a water park. I think it's near the restroom.
oh, okay.
And this is the speedway. We're walking through the speedway. I can't remember where we're going right now.
We were going to...
Take photos by the castle.
Oh, we were going to go across the Frontierland.
Oh.
So this is probably the easiest way. So coming from the circus area, we cut through versus going all the way back behind the castle and around. After, a number of visits, I kind of have a very good idea where to lead, where are little shortcuts even. But when we pass right in front of the Magic Castle, we see this, show of Frozen and other Disney character friends there. There's Olaf and, of course, Elsa. And I think this show happens almost every hour and a half. It is time, so people actually come out. They're drawn to it. They watch it. And if anything, this is probably the best time to get on a ride. It's probably the most distracting when everybody...
We got distracted.
Yeah. But, it's always fun to watch them sing and dance. They're so talented.
So we are on our way to Adventureland. There it is, Adventureland.
And yes, that's what I mean. So they have the... is this the one with the President's Hall? I'm not sure. Oh no, Pirates of the Caribbean.
The Magic
Carpet. So we went and rode in that too, and it's Magic Carpet.
So this is the lineup for the Magic Carpet.
Yep, not too long, but Hayden wanted to ride with me, and every time Tristan brings up the steering wheel, he goes so high, and then he feels like he's coming so low.
So usually this is a kid's ride.
Yeah, but no.
But this one is for adults.
All moms and dads are also welcome to try out this ride, of course. It's fun.
But I mean, like a ride like this where you'd be in a circle and
and just going up and down. Yeah,
usually
it's
kids
simple
ride
enough.
that.
It's simple enough. But again, like when you have a very small kid, they want a parent to go with them. And
so here's the view.
Yeah, it's
Pretty
almost
cool.
like we're in Agrabah, right?
You can see everything. Look at the clouds.
Yep. And so there's a Tiki Bar, and actually I love this ride because right across from it, of course, is my favorite thing to eat in the park, which is the Dole Whip at Aloha Isle Refreshments, and we've been getting this every visit, and I love it.
So it is pineapple ice cream.
Delicious pineapple ice cream in pineapple juice.
You never really get pineapple ice cream.
No, you don't, do you?
I wonder if this is the only place that has pineapple ice cream.
I think it's the only place where they have pineapple.
Because we're used to mango. So I got the swirl. I got a mixture of vanilla and
pineapple. Oh.
And it's actually a float. So it's the ice cream in pineapple juice, like you said.
Delicious.
So here is the
Pirates of the Caribbean, just down over there.
We are on the boats.
And again, it takes us to various scenes of the story of Pirates of the Caribbean over at, what's it called? Broken Vessels.
But is this the first movie?
I think it's a mix of everything.
Yeah, but it is the movie. It's just not the...
What's it called again? The island where he always...
Oh, I don't remember.
I can't remember either the details. But again,
But there's no Johnny Depp here.
There is.
Oh, there is. Okay.
The animatronics of this is so next level.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But Hayden was always wondering if there's something scary to be had.
They look like real people.
It's very good animation or animatronics.
Yes.
and it's very a fun. I guess what's this area again where they do a lot of trades? It's like a port.
Trading post?
Yes, and so you have their taverns, you have their market spaces. You kind of have them smuggling things in. You have
chasing each other.
Yep. So I feel like even this, some parts of it, like Pirates of the Caribbean, before the Johnny Depp franchise movie came out, was also one of the original rides of Walt Disney.
But it didn't look like this.
No, and they kept on updating it over the years, especially when the franchise was re-released, you know, and people had more knowledge of it again. But this is the funny scene where the dog is holding their key to their jail cell. And there's a Johnny Depp character, Jack Sparrow, who is in his room of treasures.
So this is the Big Thunder Run Mountain. Another lineup. Another fun ride, though.
It is. So Mason was a bit skeptical about coming into this ride because it's another roller coaster, and we're telling him there's no loops to it. But it's like, again, one of the more original rides to this park. But it's a wooden ride, right? But it's very much like Thunder Run.
And we are excited.
You and Tristan were quite excited that you guys were on a roller coaster. So Tristan's been trying to get his tolerance, I think, for roller coasters.
Tristan or Mason?
I think Tristan, because he wants to go on all the roller coaster rides.
Okay. I think his tolerance is already high.
Yeah, it's very high.
When he was young, he was a little bit scared, but now he's excited.
This looks like we're in a mountain range, of course. Lots of crags and nooks.
Yeah.
So it just goes through a lot of tunnels, a lot of valleys. It doesn't really go through a loop-de-loop. It doesn't really do very steep falls, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's a fun one. It's wooden. Usually I don't like the wooden ones.
This
but
is
it's
okay.
Not too bad.
Yeah. So again, this is just next door is the Splash.
We wanted to go to Splash Mountain, but then it didn't happen.
And there were threats of thunderstorm that I'm like, you know what? Let's just go find a ride where if anything happens, we're
this
indoors.
is not us, but that's what Splash Mountain looks like.
See, it doesn't really splash.
And so, Hayden got a cool hat. He got a Pirates of the Caribbean hat.
So we had to find my mom and Hayden because while we were riding the roller coasters, they were just having a snack elsewhere. So here we're just picking them up again so we could walk to our next ride event.
And they go to the shooting range.
Oh yeah, was that fun? Because I had gone to the building next door.
You didn't get to see.
No, but it was free.
It was.
I've never been in this. I always felt like there was I always had to pay when I was younger.
You get like 30 shots or something.
So what are their targets?
They hit these little red targets. Do you see them?
Oh.
And then when you hit the target, it disappears. It's not red anymore.
Do you?
But I'm not sure if there's points or anything.
And so it lights up where your targets would go, I guess.
Yeah. So
I was here in
the
trading
gift
post.
shop.
Yep. Again, looking for stickers, but also looking for the wristbands for a friend of mine who's going to.
But
Disney
you want
later
plus.
this year.
What's the plus?
The plus just means it has additional features. So usually when people wear these magic bands, it just allows them access to the park that's already linked to their tickets for the day. So you can link a credit card in it, and you can pay for all of your food and wine and stuff by just tapping your wrist.
Yeah. Here's just some more photo opportunities.
Yep. This is the Pirates jail, I guess, structure.
Well, off with your head.
That's been there for a while too. So instead of waiting over to Splash Mountain, I'm like thinking, let's just go do the long wait at Peter Pan.
Which was 70 minutes.
70 minutes, and it wasn't as distracting as other rides, but they had cool scenes too inside. And what's cool about this is it's flying as opposed to on the bottom. Although I feel like the trail is still there anyway.
This is England, right?
Yep. So Peter Pan happens to Wendy and her brothers. They were visited by Tinkerbell, the fairy, who gives her the fairy dust, and they fly over to Never Never Land to look for the lost boys. And there we see them. And again, it's another very colorful, whimsical, detailed place.
Mermaids.
But usually Peter Pan, of course, is somewhere here. And the main nemesis is
Captain Hook.
Captain Hook and Smee.
I don't remember Smee.
Smee is his second number 2 guy.
Okay. Is he there?
He is there. He's the guy later on at the beach, at the ship here.
Okay.
So
They're
they're
the boys.
they took them for hostage, and Wendy or Peter Pan have to try to save her brothers and bring them back to London, their home.
And so the unique thing about this ride is we're actually in the air. Are we in the air? Or do we think we're in the air?
I think it's tracks that is reversed as opposed to tracks in the bottom.
Tracks
like
on
most
the
rides.
top.
Yep, it's tracks that's holding us back. And all of the scenes look like we're overlooking them from the top because they're all laid out
Yes.
perspectively like a small village here and there.
So
Which one is
now
this?
it's nighttime.
So after that we ended
After
up...
that, we went to It's a Small World, but I didn't videotape It's a Small World
No.
a second time. So now it's nighttime, and Tristan and I, we want to head to Space Mountain.
And it's about part of the Tomorrowland area.
And I think at the
So-
same time, you guys are going to be heading towards the fireworks.
Yes, so my mom thought there was going to be a parade, but really it's just the finale, which is the fireworks displayed on the castle itself. But again, I knew where the little shortcuts are to go. And we said maybe we'll try to meet you guys after, but it didn't really quite happen. Your lineup was supposed to be 70 minutes long, but it was quite shortened.
Well, it is 70 minutes. So we went in, 70 minutes is where it was supposed to go, but then I guess right near the beginning of when we were lining up, they were asking for 2 people. Well, they didn't even ask for 2 people. They said, "Are you guys 2?"
Two.
And we're like, "Yeah." So then they let us on right
I
away.
know.
And so we bypassed a lot. And I think our whole lineup was like 10 minutes or so, like instead of 70 minutes. So this is, I guess,
Galaxies?
yeah. Well, this is where the lineup would have been if it was like 2 hours or 3 hours. There's
Correct.
so much that we just
To
walk
distract,
through.
yeah.
And I think you know about this
Yes.
because usually
And
at nighttime you would go
yes.
with Tristan.
So usually when the park has their lasers or parades ongoing, Tristan and I would quickly run to this ride because the wait time would be 5 to 10 minutes, and we would do it repeatedly actually.
But then you'd walk through like
All this.
nothing.
Yeah, you'd walk through nothing.
But this is where the people
it's
are
still
now.
lengthy. But this is how we can get so many steps on our mileage. It's just
So Tristan and I are walking down here, and then when we get to the end, the lady just opened the gate for us. So there's us. I'm at the back,
cool.
Tristan's in the middle. So the thing that happened here was I lost my
phone.
phone. My phone dropped out of my pocket, I guess. And there was Maria saying, "Did you get your phone?" But I was able to get my phone back.
Yes.
They found it, and so luckily.
And so when did you get my text about asking personnel? Before or after?
I didn't even
Oh,
see
okay.
that until you just told me that right now.
Yeah.
So
So here are the laser lights projected onto the castle itself.
yeah, it's pretty
And
cool.
It's very celebratory, right? My mom was again expecting the parades, but when we think about it, because you know
It's hard.
it's hard to coordinate. But usually there is a parade going through, and people are not standing right in the middle of Main Street as they are right now.
And so here we're heading to Starbucks. Actually,
Yeah,
we're looking for 2 mugs.
specific mugs. One was
3 mugs. We're
yeah,
looking for.
one would be the Magic Kingdom 50th anniversary mug with Starbucks collaboration. And on the way here, Nick had discovered that Starbucks had a collaboration with Star Wars. And they had 3 different mugs that would come out every year. And this year it was the planet of Naboo, Navarro, and
AC, or I don't know. I can't pronounce
yeah, we
it.
can't pronounce it.
It's where the island is where Luke Skywalker was, and then Rey met him. He was like hiding out with little porgs. I can't remember the name of the.
So here I'm just trying to stretch my arm out so I can get a glimpse of how the laser lights and sky look like over the castle, because I was really at the edge of the sidewalk. Again, the people had really filled up the center part of Main Square, but it looks always so magical. It's one of my favorite parts of the day, and you know, we basically stay in the park for 12 straight hours.
So here's the Starbucks.
Yep. So I had gone there
And
initially
here
when you guys
here are
went.
the 2 mugs.
That's right. So there's actually 3, but we still don't know where to find the other one.